Inflation hits the tooth fairy. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and let's have a look at this article from Yahoo Finance, really about the most important economic question of our time. Tooth fairy economy. Aussie parents debate the going rate amid rising inflation. Now, a month ago, I asked you all this question because our eldest daughter has been losing teeth. We tell them the truth. The tooth fairy doesn't exist. They know the tooth fairy is me, and they know if the tooth fairy daddy forgets, they can come up angrily and say, you're paying double the next day, which sadly I've set the precedent of that, of forgetting, and it's cost me a little bit. So I put it to the viewers, what did you guys think the going rate for a tooth was? And 1,500 people voted, and that's a pretty decent sample size, guys. You know, we're looking at claims of everyone in mortgage distress have got smaller sample sizes than this sometimes, or political polling. There you go, the HeiseSays YouTube tackling the tough questions. So, 11% of you are cheap bastards who said nothing, because I asked what's the going rate. My kids are pushing for $5 because that's what Bluey said. 12% said $1. 33% said $2, which I think I ended up paying. 26% said $5. And 17% of you are rich, or probably civil servants, are saying $10 and above. Let's see some of the comments. $5, they'll rot the system, pulling out their teeth. 10 teeth, that's a pretty good toy. Toys are pretty cheap now, particularly when you go to Kmart. Inflation, mate, I got $5 a tooth from my single mum. $10 seems fair in 2022. But then again, I grew up in the 80s, so maybe if you were getting that in the 90s, that seems fair, or in the zeros, that seems fair. 2022, yeah. Damn, though, it's expensive. You got to remember, I've got 6 kids, okay? And how many baby teeth are in it per child? There's 20 teeth per child. $10 per tooth, that's $200 per child. So we're talking, what $1,200. $1,200 per kid. Yeah, awesome. Anyway, I don't think so. I think I better drop the rate. So, a gold coin or a $5 note? One of the most common questions, as quirky as it may sound, is how much the tooth fairy should pay for a lost tooth. And look how clean that is. There's no blood on that one. That's bullshit. That's fake. That's completely staged. It's probably a fake tooth. And given the current cost of living crisis, does the tooth fairy need to increase its fees as well? One parent took to Reddit, on Monday of course, to ask what the current rate was for the tooth fairy in Australia after his son lost his second tooth over the weekend. Considering inflation, what's the going rate for the tooth fairy in Australia? Oz Finance. We never have cash in the house, and being a Sunday evening, I wasn't going to the ATM. The only note I could find was $20. My son is now $20 richer. See, that's the problem right there. This is why I tell you, have cash on hand, always. Remember when we had the beginning of the lockdowns, I went and bought, like $500 worth of coins, just a big sack of coins, just have it sitting there, up on a shelf. No one's going to nick it if they need it, but it's always convenient just to have, you need a few dollars here, you need some coins here, particularly for the children. If they're earning pocket money, you want to give them cash so they have that haptic scent, the feel of the money against their skin as they're putting it away. $20 though, that's insane. Wait, what? Yeah, no way. That's crazy. What's the going rate for homes? According to 2018 study of Bluey's episode markets, is $5. Wait, that was 2018, that episode? Wow. Have I created a monster with my lazy behavior? Can I pass this off as temporary inflation and will it go back to normal once interest rates rise? What you should have done is just not paid and then say, oh, the tooth fairy must have forgotten you, probably because you were a terrible child. And then they'll say, no, Daddy, I know you're the tooth fairy. You've got to pay double now. I want $10 today. Yeah, see, this is the problem when you don't lie to your kids and you tell them the truth. They can call you out on it. The question has been upvoted more than 500 times and garnered more than 250 comments since it was posted. With a mixed bag. Just slap the kid with a windfall tax and take back $15. 100%. Yeah, I have the game called the Taxman, a monster that comes and takes the shirt off your back. You got to teach them. Teach them these libertarian values young, everyone. Tax is theft. Keep it the same as our wage increase. So nothing, another reply. Then get another job. The kid needs to get another parent. Correct answer is make the kid open an account with the $20 and start investing so they can buy several properties and retire early. Kid is already behind from not doing that with the first tooth. A third Redditor wrote, adding S to show sarcasm. So there was no real consensus on how much to pay for a tooth, though, as comments are about the going rate varied. We're doing $2 a tooth. A note 5 or 10, whatever we have, for 4 front teeth. Shared one parent. What, did they all knock out at the beginning? Or I guess one at a time. $5, you can't buy much besides the odd lolly with $2. And it seems counterproductive when you want to keep the new tooth coming in healthy. Another commented, $5 can give them a little toy or they can save up for something. You can save up $2 for something too. $2, you can get a share in a company. This is what I would love to find here in Australia, where you can have a share investing account on behalf of a kid without any transaction fees. You know, the only ones I can find are the only ones you can get the free trading, which isn't really free. They cop you in the exchange, but it's still cost effective compared to paying the full rates when you're investing small amounts. See, that'd be good for kids. Get them started young. Many others remarked that $20 was too much. Small teeth, $2, $5. Oh, that's making it so complicated. But if there's cavities in any of them, or they have plaque on them, they get nothing. Tooth Fairy can't make fairy furniture out of damaged materials, replied one Reddit user. People put a lot of times into this. One person said they knew someone who received a crisp $100 at her grandmother's house. When someone else commented the grandparents gave his child $50 per tooth. Yeah, well, grandparents don't count. Okay, they spoil them rotten. It's revenge for all the times your kids annoyed you. So you just spoil them rotten, fill them full of sugar, and send them back. In today's market, it has to be a note of some form. Inflation is through the roof, and the cost of living is rising, chimed another Redditor. The Tooth Fairy, are you kidding me? According to the original Tooth Fairy poll by Delta Dental, inflation has certainly benefited youngsters losing their tooth in the US. Rates are at an all-time high in the 24 history of the poll. The survey revealed the Tooth Fairy delivered a record-setting average of $5.36 per tooth. Well, there you go, guys. There you go. So let's have a talk about this. Maybe I'm just a cheapskate, guys, or it's because I got 6 kids and I'm so clouded by this. $20, you can get a damn good toy. You can get a small Lego set for that, okay? And that's going to add up over a year, you know, depending on how fast the kids lose their teeth. But, I mean, it is special. They are losing teeth. I still reckon $2. $2 is the go. It's a coin, and they need to save up for it. You know, maybe if they save up $10, you chuck another tenner in, then they can buy something better. What do you reckon? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this very topical and extremely important issue that we have here. We've all got to tighten our belts, guys. And parents, don't spoil your kids with free handouts for teeth. That's how you get a nation of soy-drinking doll-bludgers right there. Anyway, check out my other episodes on Heise BIM and HeiseSays International. I'm sure they're all as crazy as this. And if you want to support us and help me pay for my insane amount of Tooth Fairy costs, I mean, we've got Edward. He's got Down syndrome, and his teeth just go out they come out all over the place. So that's another manifestation of that illness. But I mean, he'll be fine. One thing the dentist said to Rachel was, those that are, what did he say? He said a term that people would find real offensive. Those that are suffering from or burdened with Down syndrome, they've got extra saliva. So that means the cavities aren't as big an issue. So he's trying to help her out, and Rachel can pretty much handle any conversations like that, being used to the construction game. But I think some people might take gross offense at that. But, you know, when the kids are biting you when they're angry or when they're, you know, annoyed, you don't really care anymore, do you? So yes, help me pay for my kids' bloody Tooth Fairy. Or do you let them know that it's real? Or do you tell them it's fake? Anyway, take care, and I'll see you all in the next episode of HeiseSays. It's going to cost me a lot. No one told me this. $20 a tooth when you have 6 kids. I better start saving up. No, I'm sticking to $2. $2 it is.